Hey guys, what's up? So Gen Con's going on right now, and Fantasy Flight just had their in-flight brief, and this is amazing because I got a whole bunch of stuff that came out, but this is going to be my video for Armada Wave 5. So big news, 4 new basically expansions coming out for Armada Wave 5. The first ones are, we got 2 new Squadron packs coming out. So we've got an Imperial Squadron pack coming out. We're going to have the TIE Defender, TIE Phantom, the Lambda Shuttle, and the Decimator, or VT-49 Decimator. And then we also have the Rebel expansion, the Rebel Squadron Pack 2 coming out. Z-95, E-Wings, Shadowcaster, and the Ghost. So very cool stuff. There's some new keywords on these. We've got the strategic keyword, relay, and cloak, and snipe. And we don't know exactly what all of those do yet. Strategic apparently allows you to move some ships. And it looks like snipe is going to be able to do some damage at range, right? And cloak looks like it allows you to escape if you're engaged. So so very cool stuff. We got a little preview of Hera. Hera looks insane. She's got rogue, but she also gives up to 2 squadrons near her the rogue ability. So this is really going to make squadrons more independent and even more of a threat than they already are. Plus, it's a whole lot more stuff to buy. You know, because if you want to fly multiple, you know, a whole list of, you know, TIE Phantoms for whatever, you have to buy a whole bunch more, you know, Imperial Squadron Pack 2s. So that's something else. I'm not a big fan of squadrons, so I was really surprised to see 2 whole squadron packs. I mean, I knew they were going to make the Ghost eventually, and I knew some of the stuff was going to happen eventually. I'm just surprised to see it now and so much of it all up front. So that's interesting. Next thing that's coming out, the Pelta. Basically, we have the Phoenix Home expansion. This is the Pelta class, the command ship from Star Wars Rebels. Now, here's a small base ship, but it's in a bigger box, so it's kind of a nicer looking model. Actually, very nice looking model. Now, it's another frontal arc heavy ship from the Rebels. Not really a big firepower, but it's got a wider frontal arc. It's got 3 shields in the front, and it's got 4 dice in the front. So it's a fairly strong, especially for a small ship, frontal arc, which will kind of work better with the this new theme that the Rebels have of some, you know, some frontal arc stuff coming out. You've got your Nebulons already. You've got the Liberty getting ready to come out. So now it's another frontal arc ship. It's not specifically a heavy hitter. It's got, one of the biggest things that it's got is it's got the Fleet Command upgrade. So this is a whole new upgrade type. It's going to come with 3 different Fleet Command cards. But just how, you know, your flotillas had a new upgrade, and it was all unique to them. This guy has the Fleet Command upgrade, and it seems unique to it. And it's gonna be the only capital ship that has this. So you've got it's got 2 command, 3 squadron, 4 engineering, and 5 hull. Another thing that's interesting is that it comes with a new commander, Commander Sato. And Commander Sato has, you know, he lets you swap up to 2 different dice in if there's a friendly squadron near an enemy ship when another ship is attacking. So you could potentially roll 2 black dice at range 3, which is, you know, at long range rather, I mean. So that's pretty interesting. There's not, there hasn't been a way to roll black dice. Well, there haven't been many ways to roll black dice at range 3. There's an objective that could let you do that, and then I think there's 1 or 2 titles that let you do that. But it's pretty rare. So this is a way you could get potentially a lot of black dice at range 3 if you throw some squadrons out there. So you know, nice to see a squadron specific, you know, a squadron specific commander. So that's, you know, a lot of people who like squadrons are going to be very happy with that. Again, I make my bias well known here. I'm not a big fan of squadrons, but but that's just my personal preference. I like to play with as many big ships on the board as I can get. So if I do run squadrons, it's only like maybe 3 or 4, usually not very many, just enough to kind of distract somebody else with squadrons. All right, next up is the Imperial Light Cruiser pack, and it's the Architans. We've also seen this in Star Wars Rebels. We've seen this in a lot of things lately. This is the one thing I'm most excited about with this wave for a couple of reasons. But let's take a look at it, and I'll tell you why I'm so excited. So it looks like it can go speed 3. It's got 2 command, 1 squadron, 3 engineering. It's another small base ship. It's got 3 red dice on its side arcs, which is pretty nice. It looks to have the evade as well, which is kind of rare for Imperial ships. You've got the defensive retrofit ability on there, and it also has the ability to take like a engine techs, for example, which I think we've only seen on the Gladiator so far. So that's just another rare. It's got some rare stuff. The other thing that's really cool is the commander that comes in here. We get Moff Jerjerrod. Jerry. It comes with Jerry. And Jerry is awesome because he allows you to take a damage on a ship to make your movement a double yaw, up to 2 yaw. So you can now, your Victory Star Destroyers, you know, who have at speed 2, they had no clicks on the first one. Now they can have 2 clicks plus their click on the third one. Oh, and by the way, if you take a nav command, then they can add their extra click to the to the second one, so they can do 90-degree turns. So now you have single-handedly just given us I say because I typically play Imperial, although I love playing Rebels. They're very, very fun. Typically play Imperial. Now you've just given Imperial players the ability to put a commander in who's kind of cheap, who can totally make a victory fleet work. So you can run all victories now if you wanted to do that. That's insane. That's insanely good. And it's not just good for them. It's good for just about anything. It could work for ISDs. It can work for the interdictor that's coming out. I mean, it can work really well for just about every ship. And so that's, I mean, it's great, but it really, really, really shines for the victories. And I'm so glad because it's the one ship that seemed most limited, and one of its biggest limitations was its maneuverability. It's also limited by the fact that it doesn't have very good upgrade slots. But enough talking about the victory. Why is the Architans great? All right, like I already said, it comes with Jerjerrod. So Jerry is awesome, and he comes in that pack, so that makes the pack great. But not only that, the ship itself is fantastic. I've been looking for an Imperial ship with a side arc I really wanted. It was funny. I think even like today or yesterday, I was just saying what my ideal ship needed to be, and some of the problems were my favorite upgrade is turbo laser reroute circuits, and you can only put that on an Imperial ship if you use Captain Nita. So there's no ship that can really take it. The only ship that has the evade right now is the Gladiator, and the Gladiator doesn't have it doesn't have the turbo laser upgrade to take turbo laser reroute circuits, and it's got all this black dice anyway. It's not even a good ship for it. Well, here's a great ship for it. The Architans, now it's got a pretty interesting rear arc, which is wider than normal, so it makes for the side arcs not to be completely wide, but they're still pretty wide. So their side arcs are a little bit restricted, but not that much. You got your 3 dice on the 3 red dice on the sides, so it's just perfect for turbo laser reroute circuits. That's huge. Being able to, the upgrades you can get. You can put, there's all kinds of defensive upgrades you can give this ship. Now it's 5 hull. It's got 2 shields all around, so it's middle of the road defense. So if you want to make it a little more tankier so it can survive, you can totally do that. Another problem I had with the victories, right? This fixes everything that was wrong with the victories, and also lets you use victories as well. It also, the other thing that's great is engine techs. It's another ship you can put engine techs on. So if you want to get even more maneuverability out of this ship, which already looks like it's going to be pretty maneuverable, that's awesome. The big unknown right now is what these 2 ships are going to cost. I imagine they're probably the Pelta, the Pelta and the Architans. I imagine they're probably going to be in the 50 to 60 price range, somewhere in there, and that would probably be fine. I think the Architans will cost more than the Pelta because it's got more firepower. But it really depends on the strength of the new upgrades that come with the Pelta, and also there's some of the card we haven't seen yet. Like we don't know really what their maneuverability is going to exactly look like. But Armada Wave 5, what do you think, guys? Let me know what you are most excited about in this wave. What else do you expect to be coming? Apparently, there's still a missing SKU, a missing product number. So the rumors are that there is still one more product for Armada coming, or at least planned as of right now. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm kind of disappointed that we're still short an Imperial ship. I'm hoping for another Imperial ship, so I was hoping that a wave would have maybe 3 Imperial ships and only 2 Rebel ships, just to kind of balance out the diversity, the diversity. But let me know what you think. I've got a lot more stuff from Gencon coming up soon. So the Fantasy Flight announced a whole bunch of other stuff. Some really, really exciting news coming to you. So more stuff is coming. Stay tuned. And as always, subscribe, like, and leave a comment. And I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day.